o'clock. For all those who can please stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Before we do get into the agenda, the first item is public comment. I do want to let you all know that you all know Tim Zinkamp. And Tim resigned from this position in end of June, early July because of his health situation with his brother. Tommy passed away today. So I want to let you all know that. The family wants just to be private for a while and take this all in. It just happened today, but you all know the Zinkamp family. You all know how dedicated they were to this township, in particular Tim. But I did want to let you know that Tommy passed away kind of unexpectedly. He had health issues, but I did want to make the public aware of that so you can reach out to them in time. Give them their privacy. So with that, we'll open the floor right now to public comment for those who sign in. I only have one signing, and that's Tony Leo. And again, this is for, please step to the podium, state your name, your address. And again, this is for taxpayers and residents only. So the only one I have signed is Tony Leo.
My name is Tony Leo, 129 American School Road, Farmington. Here to address the ordinance that we plan on. Through the mail, I think everybody here is getting information from the investment company, prospectus that come out, and you read them, it details everything that the investment's going to do. The township failed to do that. All we heard was, this is going to cost this much, we got to buy here, we can't live here. Water and sewage is inadequate without anybody verifying that. It kind of bothers me on that. So it's incomplete. I think we have to address that. Got some questions on the, I guess 5 minutes there.
You do.
What's a specific project or purpose for this ordinance?
Michelle?
If I may, just when it comes time, could you to make the motion for the debt ordinance? I am going to have my colleague, Mr. Barron, do an explanation. He's probably best to answer questions, so I don't know if we want to move the public comment until after the motion, and because I think that Mr. Barron will probably be able to answer your questions.
So I'll ask it to him.
Well, actually, once you hear what he has to say, I think you'll understand what we're doing.
Well, that's the problem too. Why should we wait until today to find out exactly what we're doing here?
Well,
We haven't.
this is just one minor issue. This is
That's not a minor issue. This is $3 billion.
Understood. This is just one issue today in regard to the debt associated with the purchase. That's all that we're doing here today. Moving to advertise the debt ordinance so it can be adopted in October, on October 20th.
Okay. What architect firm did you use to update the plans for the Four Spring Park?
HHSR, I believe is the firm.
They're going to call back tonight for that. So to see what you did. Do you have those drawings?
Tony, I told you you were welcome to stop in and I would give you the drawings.
Do you have the drawings?
Here tonight, right here?
No.
In the office?
Yes, yes I do.
Of the updated version?
Of the updated and the updated version that the supervisors asked me to get. Yes, the smaller version. They're not CAD, but they're drawings, yes.
Okay. A lot of the questions deal with resolution or ordinance here. So that could be answered there. But, the whole thing is this is a big decision, not only for you, for us. The information we got was inadequate. It wasn't enough. You wouldn't buy a property with the information you gave us. So, and I want to see the inspection of the well and septic here, claiming it's inadequate. And I want to see the inspection of the two systems over there, which, how do you know they're going to be adequate? John Vegas hasn't got back to me yet. He's not answering his phone. So, there's a lot of things that just have to be answered. And to move along with an ordinance, how long is this ordinance good for? You know? How long are we going to take to pay for this? We don't know.
That will all be answered.
You didn't contact a contractor or anything to look at this property to.
It's not true.
That is not true.
It's not
I
true.
did.
I asked you.
That's
You
not
said
true.
no.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you
I
did.
contacted actually 3 contractors to look at the property.
What about the answers you gave me? Who are the contractors?
Brett Thomas, Thomas Construction, Curtis Graff, Graff Construction, Bob Varga, Varga Construction. Those are the 3 people I contacted.
Okay.
And we reached out to
What's the
NDIA.
difference?
Let me finish. We reached out to NDIA.
Yes, I reached out to
And
MDIA
they
as well.
said they could not and would not do it, and they recommended fees.
Yes,
So I spoke with W.H. Thomas, engineering up in Butler.
yes.
So he was looking at $275 to $300 a square foot per building. How did you come up with $500 to $600 a square foot?
Which are you referring to?
The one at the park.
The original drawing? Tony, I didn't come up with those numbers. Those are the numbers that the HHSR,
All they were was preliminary drawings and numbers. It wasn't anything else.
I won't disagree with you. But also at the park, that's a ground up situation. And I don't want to get into a back and forth here.
No, it's fine. You haven't demonstrated that that's what it's going to take over here. I talked to a steel building company, which builds very nice buildings, a 60 by 100, under $1 million, everything in. Other than that.
A
site
two-story
preparation.
building?
Yeah. Why does the police department need 6,000 square feet of space? What's the police department going to get over here? How much area are they going to get?
They'll have a larger facility than they will at the one they're in.
Yeah, but it's not 6,000 square feet. That was one of the proposals that said it had to have that. But they're not going to get it. How many total square feet with the buildings here do you plan on getting?
I can't tell you because we don't have the drawings yet.
Well, that's part of the perspective. A lot of others think, you can't wait till tomorrow or 2 weeks from now. You're going to make a decision. So, anyway, I'll ask my questions to Mr.
Garrett,
Garrett, and what's his position?
He's a colleague of mine and he's here to talk about the debt ordinance.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Tony, thank you.
Okay, so we're in new business, so, Mr. Garrett?
Are you going to allow him to speak again afterwards, like the solicitor mentioned, or not?
Yes.
Okay, so we are on to new business, the motion to approve advertising for the debt ordinance. At this time, I would ask Mr. Garrett to stand up and do an explanation of exactly what we are doing and what it would entail.
Sure. So under the Pennsylvania Local Government Unit Debt Act, which controls the township's ability to borrow money, you're required to notify the public of your intention to adopt or to enact an ordinance. That advertisement needs to appear at least 3 days prior to the meeting at which you are going to take that action. And so the supervisors have chosen tonight to meet specially to authorize the advertisement of that ordinance. This is not approving the debt ordinance itself. That is scheduled presumably for your next public meeting on October 20th. So I hate to disappoint, but I'm not going to address the ordinance here tonight. The ordinance hasn't been drafted yet. It's not been distributed to the township. We don't have the commitment from the bank yet, which we're expecting in the next couple of days. So merely, the supervisors are merely authorizing me to arrange with the Butler Eagle to have a legal ad published. That legal ad will permit them then on October 20th to consider the dead ordinance. Whether they choose to vote for it at that time or not is an entirely different matter, but not one that needs to be decided today or meditated on today, I guess is the best way to put it.
And you will be appearing again on the 20th
I
to
would
address.
gladly arrive on October 20th to address any questions then too.
So to make it clear, this meeting is to advertise.
That's correct.
Okay.
Is there any questions from the supervisors?
No.
With that information, we're going to be trying to approve the advertisement. I'd like to make a motion to approve advertising.
All right, Tony. You said we allow you to speak again.
I got questions. I object to this, because we don't have all the facts.
We're only advertising.
Right. You're advertising without the information that people want to know about. So I object to that.
Any other questions?
I live at 615 Scott Ridge Road, Gardner's. I've lived here for 53 years. Mine's short and sweet. Why is this meeting at this time of day when people aren't even really getting off work yet? People can't afford to be work early. Why can't it be at 6:30, 7 o'clock? Look at what a sparse turnout this is. That's not right. That's not right.
Actually, there was no evil intent there. That was a scheduling issue. It needed to be done more than a certain number of days. Just let me finish. And considering the supervisor's schedules and my schedules, this was a time that was available. So there was no intent to do anything other than accommodate our schedules to make sure we could advertise this ordinance.
What about the people's schedules? We can't afford this right
I
now.
took a half a vacation day so I could be here.
With the price of gas the way it is and groceries, people can't leave work early.
Thank you.
You're only two people. We got a whole township of people that probably didn't show up because this is too early.
The intent of this meeting is to advertise an ordinance. There's no decision made other than advertising an ordinance.
We should have more of the people from the township here. Yeah, I don't understand. If I hadn't gotten off work early today, I couldn't have been here.
Thank you.
And you're only two people, but we've got a whole township of people that should be here. A lot more. Look, we've got a handful. And what about us? That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeff Martin, 530 Scott Ridge. Mary, what do you have these drawings that Tony wants, or are they in your office, like you said at one point, and then you don't have those? Do you have whatever he wants?
I do have the drawings in my office. I told Tony they're in my office. They're in my office right now. If you'd like to go
You just said
after.
you don't have those.
I don't have them here in this room.
Okay, that clarifies.
I didn't bring them with me here.
Okay.
They're in my office.
It just sounded a little odd, you were saying you didn't have them, and then you're in your office.
Actually, Jeff, Tony emailed me, Mary, and she provided an email that asked him to come into the office to see them days ago. He hasn't come in to see them. They're there for anybody who wants to look at them.
Yes.
There's nothing hidden.
All right. My second question is, we're following, or you're advertising for an ordinance. What would the ordinance say? A, B, C, D, what this is doing, what this is costing, where you're doing it. Is that what the ordinance is about?
You'll be able to see the ordinance when it's been drafted and advertised.
And then how long do you guys have before you decide on that? It'll be after that, after a meeting.
It will be on the agenda for the October 20th meeting.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks. So you're advertising an ordinance,
But we don't know what it is.
No, there's an ordinance authorizing a debt. It has not been drafted in detail. So while we understand what the ordinance will do, it has not been drafted and is not available for your review.
so why are we even voting on
Because the law says you have to move to advertise an ordinance before you take action. And we plan to take action
it?
in
Don't be
October.
smart with me.
I didn't like your tone.
We had like an hour, you guys.
Stop, no, you should stop. This is ridiculous. Are you in charge of the meeting or is she? You're the chairman.
That's why I said stop.
So we don't even know what we're advertising for yet, theoretically, because the ordinance is not drawn, is that correct, Michelle?
No, the ordinance has been drafted. It is not finalized, is what I said.
Can we see a draft of that?
You will see a draft once the legal ad appears and I deliver a draft of the ordinance to the township, correct?
So why should we okay this before we see the draft? That's like buying a car without seeing the car.
No, because they're not enacting the ordinance yet. All they're doing is authorizing the advertisement for the ordinance. The vote on the ordinance to enact it itself will occur on October 20th. Or thereafter. If
It
it's
seems like a lot of shady stuff, that's all I'm saying.
I'll be frank, this is what I do 100% of my time. I've never, to your supervisor's credit, I've never been to a meeting where it's been discussed to authorize the publishment of a legal ad. Typically, that's just done ahead of meetings. So to their credit, they're having this discussion in public and making you aware of the fact that they're planning to do that. That's all I want to add to that.
And I guess
This is out of the ordinary, but perhaps for a good one.
absolutely, I do, definitely on the outcome, we've never seen it, and we're wondering why. Why do you think that we have to have this meeting to authorize?
Because I think they wanted to, full disclosure, this is what we're doing.
Okay, so tell me something. What you disclose, you haven't told me what the ordinance, is it 6 million, what's the number? You know.
I don't have the bank's commitment yet.
Huh?
I don't have the bank's commitment.
So you don't, okay, so this actually meeting is premature, but can we push things back till you get that information from the bank, then we go through this procedure?
So once it's advertised, and it comes up in October, and we don't have all the details that we need, we can table it.
Yeah, you just won't vote on it.
We just won't vote on it.
This is all done in preparation so that the board can act.
We're just
On the
making the
ordinance.
public aware that we are advertising the debt.
This is complete transparency, and it's what's required by the law. That's it, it may not make sense to everybody, but this is what the law requires, and that's what we're doing. There's nothing hidden, there's drawings.
So the law requires you to have this meeting to advertise.
That's it, plain and simple, that's all it's about.
I don't know, it just seems that.
There's Martin for the.
This gentleman said that this is an unusual meeting because people don't do it, and you're saying it's required. It's required, but people don't normally do it. Is that what?
My practice is that typically administrators authorize us to run our legal ad, and action itself ratifies the publishing of the legal ad.
And let
It
me,
is completely
So-
normal or
let me respond,
appropriate for the supervisors to be doing this.
let me follow up with Mr. Garing. As you know, I'm new here. However, your practice is a very transparent practice. You always move to advertise ordinances. Because you always do that, they're doing it just like this, even though they could have ratified it after the fact. They did not want to do that. They wanted to give you all the opportunity, and they wanted to tell you all what they were doing in advance. So, Mr. Garing, right, probably half of the places don't do it this way, but you guys do it this way. You are very transparent, and you tell everyone what you're moving to do.
So it could be ratified without our opinion?
It could have been.
The
The
advertisement,
advertisement, just the advertisement.
just the advertisement.
See, that's where you're going wrong. You're leaving the public in, you're skipping over parts that we're not sure. That's what we want from you guys.
Well, the
Help
agenda,
us out here.
the agenda clearly says move to approve advertising for debt ordinance. Advertising.
Greg, is that the first time we've ever done this?
No, we.
Every time
no.
we advertise, we
Every
we
time
make
we-
a
No, advertise, that we had a meeting to approve the advertising.
We
Yes,
typically do it at a regular meeting.
Okay.
We couldn't get it done for the September meeting, so that's why we had to have a special meeting.
Okay. Because
So there's no action other than an advertisement. That's it. There's no,
and
nothing.
we wanted to do this, not had to, we wanted to do this because we are meeting with the banks next week.
Great,
Another,
So
what's our current debt limit?
our current debt limit,
Yes.
it's probably $4 million. I mean,
No, it's probably higher. Under the state law, the debt limits for local government units are based on the rolling 3-year average or the prior 3-year average of your total revenues that the township takes in, and multiply that by 250%. So if you had $10 million in revenues over the last 3 years each year, your borrowing capacity would be $25 million. I don't know off the top of my head what the township's total revenues are, so I can't extrapolate
What limit are you gonna ask for this ordinance?
I don't think we have the bank commitment yet, so I don't think we can comment on that.
It is not anywhere near those numbers. I will tell you that. So
It'll be more than
our
what we have
request and the recommendation in the bank, I can tell you it's nowhere near those numbers. But you will have that information. You will absolutely have that information. All of it will be, everything will be absolutely transparent to you. Everything.
Mike, you had a question?
I do. I think it's obviously some confusion, myself as well. New to this, so there's a couple of things the solicitor said this question directed to you. And she stated that Tony's questions, specific questions, would be answered by, I guess, the representative who's going to be advertising this. And also she made the statement, the reason we're doing this is because it's legally required. So obviously now I think the one statement she made is incorrect, because it's not going to answer it, because it's just purely a meeting to advertise the ordinance, is that correct?
Correct.
And you're doing it because it's legally required, is that correct? Not because, I mean, that is the statement you made, correct?
It is.
So this is legally required.
All of my municipalities, including this township, move to advertise ordinances.
Okay.
Apparently,
Yes or
there
no?
are
Yes.
some that don't.
Yes or no? Is
I
it
believe
legally
that
required?
it is. Yes,
Okay,
I
so
believe
you
that it
believe-
is.
okay.
Yes.
Was he supposed to answer specific questions or not, like you stated earlier?
Only what he did. I mean, whatever Mr. Gary,
No.
kind
No,
of.
I think I understand where you're coming from, I'm sorry for doing this.
I mean, let's not
Tony
play
was
gotcha.
asking- Well, Tony was asking specific questions, and she said they would be addressed.
Right, to the extent that the action today is the advertising of the ordinance, I think that is better.
Again, new to this, with the research I've done, generally when these advertising meetings are scheduled, the specifics are listed. The amount to be borrowed, the interest rate, the payback rate, what do they call it, the sinking fund. So in general, other townships in Pennsylvania do list the specifics. I'm not saying you have to, I guess I think.
Well, those items will certainly be in the advertisement, absolutely. Yeah, you probably pulled up a summary notice under the local government.
So I guess maybe other people here assume that information, being this is a meeting about the advertisement, you're gonna tell us what's gonna be in the advertisement.
May I? Sure. In the time that I've been involved in local government, which is 16 years, when we put a motion before the board to advertise something, we don't have the ordinance or whatever we're advertising when we make the motion to advertise. That comes out when we actually advertise. We've never had that information during the motion to advertise it. So that comes later. I've never seen it come at that time.
Okay, all the advertisements I read online have that information.
Well, that's when you got the advertisement, not the motion to advertise. This was a very simple meeting to simply make a motion to allow us to advertise in the newspaper, to make it public.
Okay, just a
We're making a
suggestion.
motion to
For
make
me.
it public. That's what we're doing.
For me, I would say when you make that advertisement in a public meeting, maybe just say that so people know. Just an idea. I didn't know that. I tried to do research on my own and do this. It did appear that the details were going to be discussed. I would just say, throw that in there. This is just, and no details are going to be discussed, it's just advertised. So, because I mean, they're right, it's 4 o'clock, I mean, I had to leave work early, I gotta go back. And I think a lot of people don't have that option, so it would be nice. Thank you.
One more thing, quickly. Wouldn't it be prudent to let us in on what you're gonna advertise for before you say it yourself? It seems like everything seems to go backwards here.
No, this is.
I know what
This is the
you're doing,
protocol.
you have to do, but it seems to us, we sure hell wouldn't buy a house like that.
How's that going?
With no ideas of what it's gonna be before we say, oh, we're gonna do it. We're not gonna go up and say $100,000 and just hand somebody $100,000 without letting my wife and my kids know, hey, I'm going to buy this house for $100,000. It seems like it's the way you're curving around us to end up like where you want.
Were you at the, I'm sorry, were you at the meetings that we had in the past?
There's several, there's 2 or 3, there's contingencies on borrowing money, right? It's a property inspection, it's a phase 1 inspection, building inspection.
A second appraisal.
Second appraisal.
Right.
And you told that information when I was here on this.
We've had at least 2, maybe 3 meetings. We had 1 meeting in particular on this entire subject.
Correct.
Where this was, that it wasn't even our normal monthly meeting where we covered all of this.
It's been covered.
So the second appraisal is underway. Phase 1 has been completed.
I don't have the report yet.
We don't have the report yet. And the building inspection we're very late out by 3, is underway. This is simply to advertise the debt ordinance, and the details will be in that advertisement. Then we will meet in October and look at those details and make a decision, and we can table it. We can say yes, we can say no. All right. So I'll move on. So through new business, motion to approve advertising the debt ordinance.
I make a motion to approve advertising for that ordinance.
I will second that motion.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second motion.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you for coming this evening.